Material Components, Season 3, Episode 1. Greetings and welcome to Material Components, the actual play RPG show all about a broken multiverse and the heroes trying to put it back together. Brought to you by the Punch Up Entertainment Network. I am your humble dungeon master, Mike Gargoni, and joining me, as always, are my stalwart adventurers. Hey, adventurers, thank you for being here.
Hey!
Yeah!
Happy to be here.
Season 3, baby. Wait, what?
We in it.
Baba booey, baba.
Is that today?
That was today.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Guys, I forgot to do my homework.
Now, I just want to remind you, you're not playing Oswald, you're not playing the Master of Ceremonies, and you're not playing Ego.
Okay. Who else is there?
There's no one else. Hey, everybody. I'm playing. I don't even know. I'm Olivia. First of all, let's get that out of the way.
First things first.
Perfect.
Starting the season off with real good energy.
Oh yeah, we back. We are so
Olivia,
fucking back.
And I am playing Tirza, Paladin of the Storm Awoken.
I'm Elliot, and I am playing Cherish Ironstrike, the tiefling sorcerer and executive assistant to, actually, no longer, lead of special projects.
Nice. I am Michael, and I will be playing Sidian Emberlight, half-elf hero of legend.
I'm Reed, and I'll be playing just Grawl. Grawl.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm Cole, and I will be playing Ven, the Memory of the Gate.
Oh, shit.
Indeed. And of course, before we begin tonight's adventure, I entreat all of you to hearken to this spark that begins at the base of a strange machine. This is an etheroscope, an arcane piece of technology. It rests on a console within the bridge of a ship. It is a ship unlike what one might find in a more traditional fantasy fare, for this is a Roil craft. This is a mithril-bottomed, copper-coated, strange creation of magic and technology fused in a way that a vessel might sail upon the elemental stuff, the Quattro, it is called, across the Roil. This is a vessel that can move from water to fire to earth to air without impediment, assuming the seas are fair. This etheroscope sparks to life. It crackles with a warm buzz as it filters signals in from across the Roil. And as it settles on a warm, thrumming bit of guitar, lute, some stringed instrument from across the plains drones out in a welcoming, if soulful, rendition of an ancient song. The notes rise until they can rise no more, and then they fall into a slow plucking that begins to fade and fade and fade until the distance between the notes becomes this long space in which you're not sure if the song has properly ended until the last note echoes out and begins to fade. And as the music dies away, a voice filled with similar warmth fills the ethereoscope, and it says, "And that was an old one by the man himself, Cassius Butler. The old man of the strings, they called him. Hello all, new and old. Welcome once more to Radio Freed Roil. I'm your humble host, Promethean Jack, here to welcome you to the ways and wilds of the Roil. For all you listening out there, first-timers, and all of you who have been with us since ages long past, welcome one and all, from my fire to yours. Here are some updates for those of you sailing across those rough waters today. Moving down from Ozenwald, you might notice a bit of a breeze coming out of the fungal gulf, and that's because of a deal struck between the Queen of Loft Keep and the Myconids down there. Seems to be stirring up some trouble that you might want to avoid. If you're heading spinward, you might want to go Windoshins for a while, if you catch my drift. And of course, those of you going down towards the Faystorm Badlands, that's distant past the hole in the world, might want to stop off at Cielago before you decide to keep on pressing. Something between the Dancing Palace and New Mechanus is beginning to stir as well. Whole lot of trouble creeping up out of the Roil, but we know which way to lend our ear so that we might see those bad winds a-blowing. That again is Radio Freed Roil. Brought to you by a paid sponsorship from the Weaver's Tower. Remember, if you find yourself in possession of some ancient forgotten lore from the pre-collapse world, why not bring it on down to the Weaver's Tower? Well, the Weaver himself will pay you for its weight in rhymestone. A good deal if I ever heard one. The voice continues to speak. Updates passing by. He speaks of the comings and goings of the Roil. He speaks of dangers and opportunities. Lastly, he says, and one last update from the city of Brass, it seems a bit of a celebrity has been spotted walking the hustle and bustle of that fair city, the great god Palor himself. Now, I'm not much of a godly man, but if you see him, why not just give him a wink and tell him PJ said hello? He'll know what that means. He talks a little bit longer, and finally he says, "And now, with that out of the way, I welcome you with open arms to another 4 hours of soulful ditties that might keep you company as you make your way across this winding world. And remember, even when no one else has your ear, Promethean Jack, at least, has yours." The ethereoscope winds through some more bands, begins to power down. We pull back and away from that royal craft, one among many, sitting in the docks of the city of Brass on the Sea of Cinders. We see hundreds of craft buoyed there to a series of wharves that extend out into a fiery sea. Backdrop to that, we pan up and see this massive metropolis of burnished, gleaming spires of glass and metal. Two great towers stand in opposition to each other. The topped minaret of the furnace, that great palace of the Queen of Fire and the Grand Sultan of the City of Brass, and the triple helix towers of the Bator Mechanus Concordant stand seemingly at opposite ends of the city, staring at one another. Here in this city, at this time, a call has been answered. From across the Roil, invitations were received some with more grace than others. The newly minted head of special projects for the Bator Mechanus Concordant, Cherish Ironstrike. You walk down towards these wharves, these long extended docks that move out over fire. The fire which acts like a sort of water in this piece of the Roil. The Quatra here is this burning, like, tongues of flame, and yet the craft here are lined with the bottom of which have this metal that gleams and shines and seems to catch the weight of the fire that isn't there, allowing the craft to bob and move on this elemental sea. You're here to meet the captain of the ship that you've been provided for the mission given to you by Asmodeus himself. And you're hoping that the people you sent invitations to are here to meet you as well. Because while you got confirmation from some of them, some you have not heard from. And so there's a bit of uncertainty in the air as you walk down the steps towards a figure who stands at the bottom there waiting for you. You see this skeletal figure dressed in a jacket that is filled with space that should be like where the meaty parts of a body are, but is clearly just full of skeleton. He's got a tri-corner hat on his skeletal head, and blue fire is alight in the cadaverous empty pits of eyes. This pirate-looking thing, it has a peg leg, like the bottom of one pant leg is shorn away, and you just see like a thigh bone connected to a large, looks like petrified wood peg. It's got a couple of golden teeth in its skull. And it looks up at you as you approach, still dressed in your kind of business attire from a day's work at the BMC. And the skeleton will kind of lurch up, its blue flame eyes appraising you as you approach. And it is with kind of a half-hearted air that it rattle-clacks a salute towards you as you mount the final step onto the bottom of the wharf here, now at sea level. Mistress.
And I know who this is.
You were told that the BMC has requisitioned a Royal Craft captain to be at your disposal. You were not told his name. You were simply told that he is the best the BMC can acquire.
Cherish will say, as you were.
And the bones kind of like relax and slump in his skull, kind of rolls to one side, and he says, Cotton Jones at your service, mistress.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Captain Jones. You came highly recommended.
Aye, one debt to be repaid here.
I know the feeling.
Another at the end of one of old Scratch's long leashes, I see.
At least it's gotten a little longer.
It always seems that way, lassie. And he begins stumping down the wharf.
That it does.
You follow this skeletal pirate, and he is moving down wharves, and you see these like large, grandiose ships. This is a section of the wharf that is kind of reserved for military craft that are controlled by the Sultan of the city. So these salamander crewed ships. You see these like writhing elemental creatures that look like half lizard folk with long, like writhing snake halves of their bodies, but they have these big frills and spines coming off of their heads, and they seem to be made of like fire stuff. They move like tongues of flame. And you see actual like flame elementals moving among their crew. And so they're off to the one side, but you're catching glances here and there from among the elemental crews because a BMC vessel docked here seems to be a little out of place, but this is where you were told to come. And this is where you sent your invitations to. As you approach the end of the dock, you see a slightly smaller Roil craft off to one side. But it does appear unique in certain fashions. It's a large vessel. It looks like it could probably crew somewhere between like 15 and 30 comfortably. You are a little uncertain if this is going to have a full crew complement or if that was something you were supposed to requisition yourself. You know that the BMC is going to basically stock this with the necessary skeleton crew, but you don't know how thorough that will be. But as you approach, you see that there is a small crowd of people at the end of the dock. And among them are faces both familiar and not. Who amongst these threadless heroes stands at the end of the dock here, having accepted the invitation from an old friend that would have brought you here?
Is that no one?
Is that a question
Cherish is
for
like,
us,
I
or
knew
is
it. They all hate me.
we're all hiding in like a bush off to the left, watching as Cherish sees that none of us are here?
There's randomly
actually-
a bush on this wharf.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Reed, you took the words out of my mouth. I am waiting from a vantage point to leap out dramatically. But in fact, should I roll a stealth check to see if Cherish notices me?
Please.
Yeah.
At the
Sorry,
very
I'm not the
least,
DM.
Cherish, the first person you would probably see, because no one else is speaking up, is a tall figure dressed in what look like pretty tattered. They probably started as a brighter color, but now they're diminished and faded robes. A minotaur who stands head and shoulders above everyone else here on the wharf. He wears what looks like chains around his wrists and up to his shoulders, where once were prayer beads.
Terrible.
And you see your old friend Judah Sunpalm here, and he will lift a hand towards the heaven in greeting and call out your name.
Cherish will give a acknowledging and dignified nod.
And he, like, not really super getting whatever decorum you're following, will just charge out of the crowd and move towards you. He is going to push past the horrifying skeleton captain and wrap you up in this huge hug. And you feel the chains that are like, once you get close, you can kind of see they're kind of biting into the flesh of his arms a little bit. And he will like pick you up and grab you, and those chains are kind of abrasive against your back as he pulls you into a hug.
Being this close, I think she before he lets go, just very quickly whispers, "It is so good to see you."
And you see that he kind of broke from the crowd over there, and the crowd is a motley group, to say the least. Before I describe any of the stranger beings that might be there, are there any other familiar faces that might have broken with Judah when this happens?
I was actually going to see if I can also try to crack through Sid's stealth check to see if I can sneak up on him before he sneaks up on anybody else.
You guys are the worst.
I will assist Tirza.
Ven, not here at the moment.
Okay.
Be falling from the sky shortly.
Yeah.
I get Grawl would be showing up. He's running a bit late.
Yeah, of course.
So he's trailing behind. You see him running, not running,
Walked by a
but kind of
primo
like
dumpster. You know?
Yeah, well, he got distracted by something smelled good earlier. So, you know.
You think
He's got like a
there's-
half-eaten gyro in his hand.
There is a Grawl at the end of the wharf already. And she is just like looking up the stairs towards like the high street and is just shaking her head as yet another Grawl is approaching.
You have like a comical amount of bags like under your like luggage.
Yeah.
Some of them you can see it are just stuffed with food items that
Yeah.
are just like, this is my refrigerator bag. Have one of those.
So I
Yeah,
guess,
and so he'll
Sid,
be,
give
like,
me a
making his
stealth
way
check.
down.
I got a 23.
Okay. And Tirza, have a perception check for me.
I got a 26.
So there's like a big piling off to one side that the wharf kind of like has to move around, and Sid is like kind of leaning surreptitiously in the shadows there. The light here is all cast from either the sea of fire or reflections off of the buildings. So it's this strange lighting situation where everything is underlit except for where it's catching reflections of light from the city proper.
Cool.
There is no sun in the sky above the city of Brass.
There's no moon, though, right?
That's no moon, for sure.
Okay, perfect. Cool. Just checking for reasons.
Don't
So
worry about it.
Tirza, as
about
everyone
it.
else seems to like not be aware that Sid is actually here and hiding, but you absolutely are. What do you do with that information?
I'm going to sidle over to like where Sid is and like also kind of try to be I'm gonna not like make myself obvious to all of this yet. And Sid, you hear a City and Emberlight. What is a
I nearly fall off the dock.
yeah.
Which would be very bad considering it's fire down there.
Yeah. Jeez. What? Oh, Tirza. Perfect timing. All right. I'm about to jump out. So I'm assuming that Cherish is surrounded by, like, BMC goons, right? So we gotta jump out, take them all out, and then make a convenient getaway. There's this ship right over there that's pretty small. I think we could capture it if we took out all of the crew, right?
Are you indicating the ship that is
Yes.
okay? Yeah. Sid, I don't think that she's being held captive.
Nonsense. Of course she is. Why else would she still be with them? It has to be some sort of brainwashing or subterfuge. So clearly we need to free her.
So Sid, if it's brainwashing, then she won't like us.
It's okay.
freeing her.
No, it's fine. I'll be able to convince her. I'm very convincing. You remember. Anyways, let's just go along with my plan and it'll work.
Okay. All right. I'm all in on this
All
plan.
right. Okay.
Oh my god.
We need a code word. Okay, we got to shout something. What are we going to shout?
Chicken wing, right?
Chicken wing.
That was our old code word.
Was it? You know what? It was. You're
It
right.
was.
Absolutely. Okay, chicken wing. On the count of chicken
Oh,
wing,
yeah.
we're going to jump out. We're going to take out
Why are
all the
we-
bad guys.
Why are we shouting if we're jumping out from?
Well, it's kind of like a declaration, of
okay, then it shouldn't be chicken wing.
Oh, okay.
From nearby, there is like a rough cough. You both turn, you see that there is a tall, kind of robust, bearded man with glowing, brilliant eyes and like bright yellow robes. Tirza, you would recognize this as the god of the sun, agriculture, and new dawns, Palor.
It's Baylor. I immediately drop like the subterfuge thing, and I'm like, "Oh, your lordship," and I will like clasp arms with Paylor, like handshake.
And he sort
I will
of
shake hands with Paylor.
you shake hands with Paylor. He will nod beneficently towards you and say, "I think subterfuge might be beneath us in this moment."
Nonsense. What, you just want to storm them? Okay, fine, let's do it. Let's just take them all on.
Perhaps you should hear out what the lady has to say.
Gotcha. And then, when she least expects it,
I've
we
leaned
grab her.
I've leaned back behind Paylor and I'm nodding my head. I will fully encourage this.
It all makes sense now. You're right. What's your name?
I am Paylor, Lord of the Sunrise Seat. The Bright One.
Okay.
The Dawn Father.
Sure.
God of agriculture and the sun and bold
that
horizons
sounds
and change.
right. Okay, cool. My name's City of Numberlight.
I see.
We didn't have gods where we came from.
Yeah.
Barely. You barely had gods where you came
well,
from.
we barely had
God.
gods.
Where's the
there were-
snake
there were-
stuff? I don't see any.
Yeah,
snake
those are the only
regalia.
ones that we actually can real. So
So the snake ones are the ones that you recognize now, Sid, as true gods. Guys spent a whole fucking year making fun of me for that.
I mean, let's be honest.
We're
the
still going to make fun of you for it,
yeah.
though. Yeah.
Okay, well, if we're not going to surprise them, I better let Winky know before anything happens.
And like at the end of the dock, there's this horrifying looking like giant blink dog that is like hairless for the most part, except for like big tufts of spiny hair at his shoulders and behind its neck, and its eyes are going in slightly different directions, and its tongue is lolling out.
Oh,
Is it
wait.
like those old chihuahuas where it's like missing a couple teeth so it can't keep its tongue? He can't keep his tongue in his mouth.
No, its tongue is just too big.
Oh no!
big for his goddamn head.
I can relate, actually. Just a little just diversion from the podcast here. My dentist looked in my mouth and said, "Your tongue's too big."
Dentists are so out of pocket all the time. Why are they like that?
I don't know.
Because you can't respond.
It's
yeah,
true.
exactly. Anyway, sorry. I think I cast message to Winky and say, the plan is off for now. I will
What
update
plan?
you. Never mind.
Okay. Winky's intelligence is 6.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So what, we
Not
just
very
walk
smart.
out?
Oh, it's gone up. Huh.
Ow, ow. All right, I'll just...
Thank you if that's gonna.
Yeah, sure. Like a V formation.
Cherish,
Hey, Taylor, could you take me 6?
as you are set down by Judah, you like he clasps you on the shoulder and stands like next to you in a way of support that you haven't felt in 5 years.
So long. And as soon as like there is not a large minotaur blocking anyone from seeing her, she goes right back to kind of corporate mask and says, "Judah, you're looking well."
Oh, and he'll kind of look down at himself. Thank you. And like he's not, but that
No,
he
of
accepts
course
the
not.
compliment.
Let's go join with the rest of the group.
Yes.
This is Captain Jones.
And the skeleton will like, and like jaw will kind of like fall a little bit as he like nods towards the Minotaur. Judah, for his part, goes, "A pleasure to meet you, Captain." Towards the end of the dock, you see a motley crew, to say the least. there, beyond some of the pilings, you see this, like, shining golden god man. You see a person who looks like, what if Grawl, it's definitely a hobgoblin, like an albino hobgoblin woman who is dressed in like full chainmail armor, has a shield that is like emblazoned with the chained fist of Maglubiet, and has like a huge wicked looking mace at her hip.
Damn, Null Nine Lives got super hot.
Nope.
Weird.
Nope. That's not how that is.
Nope. That's not.
No, I know.
Oh.
That was what I was. That was the joke.
Oh, okay. It landed real well.
You see that weird ass looking dog I described before. You see a familiar face in the form of a headless business suit, and occasionally an eel head will come up out of the empty socket where the neck should be. And like the eel will kind of look around before like slithering back inside the human suit. You see what looks like a garden gnome made of like rusted metal. It's got like the full pointy hat and beard, and it looks like unpainted and unkempt, just kind of like standing there at the end of the dock. You see you're not quite sure what their relationship is. They're standing very close together, that like makes you think that like they're not just another random assortment. They're a pair that has like worked together before. It's a young woman and a young man. The young woman has like long hair over one side that seems to be covering an eye patch. She has like sun-wrecked skin and like kind of a slightly haunted look on her face. And next to her is a young man that whose appearance has been like really messed up by artifice. It appears to be missing his like from his nose down of his jaw and upper torso, and that has been replaced with like machine parts. He's like half warforged, and like one of his arms is robotic. One of his legs from like the calf down seems to be a machine of some kind. Is like an inelegantly put together patchwork person. But they're standing close together in like, not necessarily like trying to hold each other, but definitely like if things break bad, it's these two against everybody else. And that's how they are viewing the situation. Of course, you've got Captain Jones, who is standing by your side. And I believe we described that there is yet another Grawl approaching from the rear. With a comical amount of baggage.
Hey, that's my thing. Oh, wait, no.
Yours is emotional.
Hey, that's my thing.
It's all your things.
The shining golden man will like nod his head slightly towards behind the piling, and like if you with that direction you can kind of like tilt your head and see that there's people hiding behind it.
Paylor, you son of a bitch.
Paylor, famously a narc.
Famously
it's
a
true.
narc.
I know. I know.
It seems we're still
can I
waiting on a
jump out?
couple.
You still jump out.
Yeah. Okay, I'm still gonna jump out. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Chicken bone! Aha!
Oh, there's one of them.
That's right. City and Emberlight had your service. And then I get up real close. But seriously, we're gonna make a break for it as soon as we get a chance.
No, we're not.
Yeah. No, don't worry. I got it all figured out.
I'm following behind at like a much more sedate pace. It's like Sid has like run, like, you know, crossed to you. I'm like, I will come.
And
up
there's
behind.
Tirza, and I see. Is that Grawl?
Coming down the last little switchback of stairs.
He's trying to wave with bags in his hands. Stuff's falling down. Oh shit! God damn it!
It's like, why is it taking this long for him to? Like, it just keeps cutting back to him. Like the camera just keeps cutting back to him. And he's still really far away.
It's like Adam West trying to get rid of a bomb. You know?
Yeah.
And the other hobgoblin on the pier just like puts a gauntleted hand on her face and shakes her head.
So, who are we waiting for?
Bro, the slowly running Grawl who's taking forever.
I trip over a whole thing of link sausages that got caught around my foot.
I'll start speaking to Captain Jones about the manifest and the rest of the crew list. And
as Cherish does that, like, as Cherish kind of like, okay, to business, I'm gonna put my arm like kind of around Sid's waist and just give him like a little side hug, like, good to see you.
Pat.
Yeah.
That's what's known as the Jarashir side hug.
Captain Jones would introduce you to some of the unknown crew members here. We have Otto, who is the strange metal gnome that he points to. And again, this, like, it looks like a gnome statue that you'd have in the front of a garden. Hasn't moved at all. It's just standing there stock still. But he introduces it as Otto and says it is our chief engineer and metallurgist. Of course, you might be familiar with Anaxasia, who will be our comms officer. We have, on loan from the Agents of Heroes, we have Winky as our ship's hound, who's responsible for keeping down shipboard pests. We have a Grawl, who in game we will refer to as Gralza, but introduces herself as Grawl, who is, been brought in as the watch officer for the ship. And we have the god of sun and agriculture and New Dawn's Palor, patron of light and life and sitter upon the golden throne, serving as the ship's minister and quartermaster.
A noble duty.
He is there to tally things, both spiritual and material.
Yep.
He's who we go to for our material components.
Precisely. And lastly, he introduces the pair of deckhands who he refers to as simply B and E.
Okay. Interesting.
What are they good at?
Is there an indicator of which is which, or is it just B and E referred to?
The patchwork boy seems to be B, and the girl with the eye patch seems to be E.
And they are what position on the ship?
Deckhands.
Deckhands. Okay.
Technically, they work directly for Judah Sunpalm, who has been assigned the role of bosun.
Bosun. Gotcha.
I will also give Judah a little, like, everyone I know. I'll just
assume that Judah like got his like hellos to the rest of you out of the way when you arrived here at the same time. When Grawl approaches, Judah will give you that same like kind of rough hug.
As Grawl comes barreling down this wharf, there's a lot of weight behind him, and so it carries him, bags and all, into a sort of large group hug and eventual topple over dog pile, trying to snag as many of the Threadless as possible into one sort of pile.
God, we are so dignified. So good.
And as he does it, he yells, "Chicken wing."
I need those who want to dodge the group hug to give me a dexterity saving throws.
Yep.
You can choose to fail this roll. 4 hugs.
I'm choosing to fail. Can I give Grawl assistance?
So you want to give anyone who's actually making the roll disadvantage? Sure.
Disadvantage, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Teamwork.
Yeah. Hey, Elliot, fuck you.
Yeah.
Ready for some?
I am trying
Silvery
so
barbs.
hard.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! That's right. You have that. This.
Saving throw, you said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. To avoid hugging.
That
and
is
friendship.
going to be an 11.
Unfortunately, you get swallowed and enveloped by the group hug. And as all of your some of your new employees look on, you are buried under the affection of your friend.
I'm so sorry I'm late. I was trying, but there was several different places to stop for snacks, and I was worried that any of you might have been hungry as well.
Roil, did you get the dog treats I told you about?
I would have got them if you had told me about them. Yes, of course I got the dog treat.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Yeah.
From the end of the wharf, a weirdly lolling tongue like flaps to a side, the eyes going in different directions, just kind of like staring into the middle distance, and like the tongue slowly moves from one side of the jaw to the other, and the whole head kind of tilts in that direction once the tongue is on that side. Meanwhile, then
Yes.
you walk through the streets of the city of Brass. This cosmopolitan metropolis is very easy to get lost in. If one is to find their way in this place, one must have a means with which to orient. Thankfully, there are two massive towers, one of which built up over time and eons upon the mount that is called the Furnace, and the other, this spiraling monstrosity on the southern edge of the city that you can kind of orient towards. The further, let us call it for the sake of this place, west you go, the darker it gets in the city of Brass. The farther away from the Sea of Cinders you go, the darker and darker it becomes as you lose the light source. There are still reflections off of like polished brass and steel and glass, but it becomes dimmer and less active as the farther west you move. What direction are you headed in?
Ben is headed towards the Sea of Cinders.
Heading towards the light, you are moving across some of the more cosmopolitan neighborhoods of the city of Brass. The farther west you go, the more entrenched in old city you get. But the farther towards the coastline you get, the more of the exchange of cultures kind of creates this churn of industry and characters and all manner of peoples. The city of Brass was already a place, a crossroads before the collapse, but now it is this spire of security and safety as it is the bastion of the Bator Mechanus Concordant. As you move, a voice rings out and says, "Memories of the Valley, Faceless One."
I look around.
And the crowd is moving around you. The city of Brass never stops. It never sleeps. There's no quiet bit of the city of Brass. So you stopping immediately causes people that were walking behind you to like kind of grumble at you and growl. But as you look around, you cast your eyes off to the nook created by the lee of a building. At the base of it, where the shadows kind of encroach on and the light doesn't reflect down, you see a young woman, her eyes bandaged across. She cannot see, apparently. Her skin is this kind of effervescent white, kind of shimmery, even in the darkness here. And her hair is this dark, almost like Vanta black. It disappears into the shadows behind her. And she raises a hand, clearly beckoning towards you, even though there are tons of people swirling around you.
I approach.
As you do, you see that she has a blanket laid out in front of her, and on the blanket there is a wooden flat disc that has several notches, like slots, set into the disc. It is about the size of a serving platter, probably a foot or so in diameter, and each of the slots appears to be rectangular. And you can see that she has a deck of cards in her hand. And she is shuffling it one-handed, so like the cards are moving around in her fingers as she does like the thing that close-up magicians do, where they can like manipulate bits of the deck around one-handed. And
I sit opposite her.
She will nod and say, "Welcome, stranger, traveler. What brings you to the city this day? Or would you like to know?"
I would hear what you have to say.
You stood out like a beacon among those. You wear many faces, but those around you see none of them. She's still like rolling the deck around in one hand. And the other hand that's free, she like points to a couple of the notches on the disc, and you can see that each one there are 4 in total. 3 split out like perpendicular to each other, and 1 that like intersects the center notch at a 90-degree angle. It looks like the notches are about as big as the cards she has in her hand. So it looks like if she set one of the cards down on the disc, it would fit very precisely into a notch. So she could set 3 down parallel to each other, and then a 4th card down atop the center one. Or maybe doing that in reverse.
What might I call you?
I am Maha.
Maha. You may call me Ven.
Ven. Though that not be your true name, perhaps it may be yet.
We all wear many faces.
This is
Bear
known.
Many names.
Indeed. I have a bargain to present with you, Ven. There is a place that I must be, and a time that I must be there. But I do not know the way.
What is this place?
I do not know.
And the time is unknown?
Just so.
As it always is.
And she lays down one card. She still manipulating the deck with one hand. She holds the deck finally whole in her hand, and then with a thumb she flicks a single card off the top, and you see that it is the Crossroads. This is not a deck you're familiar with. You don't know precisely what she is foretelling here. But the center card is the Crossroads. And she looks around at the street corner that you're on, and she says, "I think you are the path."
I have been. Perhaps I will be again.
She flicks another card off the top of the deck, still only using one hand. This one falls perpendicular to the one she just played. So the Crossroads is in the center with this second card at a 90-degree angle across the first one. And it is the tree. There are branches and roots about you. And I think I need to find where those seeds have been planted. to see what fruit such a tree might bear.
Some fruit may be sweet, but others may be rotten.
And she nods sagely, her blindfolded eyes revealing nothing as she flicks out a third card. And to the left of the tree is the dragon. And some that must be aged. You must be very careful when to taste of them. If the time is not right, they can be sweet, they can be sour, they can be poison. And she flicks one last card off to the right, and it is the Fae. Twixt dragon and Fae, there is a path and there is a tree. I know not the time, I know not the place, but you are a crossroads of many roads, many journeys, many travels, and I think many more to come. So this is my bargain to you, then. Help me to the dock. I think it is there that I must board a ship.
Very well.
And it is as you're helping this blind woman. She's a young woman. Once you get her up, you can tell she's very slight. And she is genuinely blind. Once she's up, she's kind of like a little taken aback by just like the sheer amount of people around here. And so having one arm in hers, you can help steer her through the crowds of the City of Brass. She appears human for all intents and purposes. The population of the city is far more than that. The vast majority of them are either like fiery elementals of one stripe or another, whether they be salamanders or like actual flame beings or magmans or azers or all manner of elemental creatures. There are also the Rai, those elemental elves that populate the Roil. They maybe once started as astral elves once long, long ago, but they have adopted to the chaos and churn of the Roil, obtaining elements and strange qualities throughout this chaotic place. You help this young woman, this Maha. She, with your arm, is guided towards the Sea of Cinders. And once you are at the top of the wharves, you stare down, and then there you recognize faces that are familiar to you. So, Cherish, as you are standing up out of this dog pile,
dusting myself off,
then you are witness to this scene from the top of the stairs leading down towards the wharf.
Well, Maha, it certainly would seem that I was meant to bring you here, and that you were meant to bring me here.
And she nods sagely and then smiles wickedly and says, I told you.
I never said I doubted you.
I know. I just like telling people that I was right.
She just like me for real.
Then laughs and shakes their head and then leads Maha down the stairs.
So, Cherish, how are you addressing the people here?
So, all of you have received either an official summons or a more personalized, from myself specifically, referring to special projects conducted by the Bator Mechanus Concordant. I am the head of special projects, and I requested that all of you be here because, to certain degrees or another, we've worked together before, and your skills are extremely that you are extremely skilled and would be a great asset to me on this mission. Now, if we could all make our way up the gangplank onto the what is the ship or the Royal craft called? Does that have a name on the side?
You look at it and it doesn't. This ship seems like weirdly new. A lot of Royal craft are like refurbished and have been in use for a long time or have been in repair. This one seems like it's barely touched the Quatra.
Then Cherish would just say, yeah, if we could all make our way onto the ship.
Cherish.
Yes, Tirza.
What is the special project?
That was going to be my question.
Yeah. And why exactly do you need our help with it? And what exactly is the Bator Mechanus Concordant going to do with it?
All excellent questions. However, a public wharf is not exactly the place to be discussing them.
Gotcha.
We'll have to find like a private wharf.
Yeah, I think there's a few down, a few blocks.
Unfortunately, this is the only wharf we have access to, but the ship itself would be more private than this.
Right.
All of my silent laughing is in character. Tirza is also just like hands behind, or mouth behind hands. Missed you guys. All right then. Tirza will go. I'm gonna go. I want to hear what the fuck this is all about.
Cherish, do you have any bags you need carrying?
No, all of my
I've got
items
a few,
are already aboard.
actually. Here you go.
The offer was for. I don't have enough room. You've got too much stuff. I was assuming Cherish would have like a smaller.
Gralza will just like, "Ugh," and like pick up Sid's bags and then pick up Sid.
Oh,
by the hair,
okay.
by the hair.
No.
By his belt, just up by the trousers.
Yeah.
There we go. Quickly,
And not from the
away.
back, from the front.
Oh, okay. Wow.
She wants to look you in the eyes.
It's still doing something for him, though.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I like it.
Winky will kind of like get up and trot after Sid and like look to Gralls and be like, "Fetch?
Yeah, sure.
Fetch with Sid?
Fetch with Sid.
Ah. Throw Sid.
Preferably not into the ocean of fire, please."
More sounds of tears and laughter.
Paylor will like beatifically walk up onto the ship, and you see B and E move up on there. Judah will move and like start like talking to the two of them, like kind of as they're looking around. He seems like really at home on a Royal craft.
Two at home.
The strange gnome statue is just gone. The strange Arcanoloth with the eel head will kind of like walk up to you, Cherish, and its eel head will like come up out of the suit, and it will say, "Well, that could have gone better, eh? Head of Special Projects."
Well, comms officer Anaxatia, it also could have gone worse. Please make your way onto the Royal craft.
Of course. And pretty soon, the only people left standing at the bottom of the gangplank are you and Captain Jones, and that is when you hear somebody else approaching, and turning, you see a figure you thought was from a dream.
I already arrived. I'm sorry. It doesn't make sense.
Fine, a nightmare.
Oh, okay. There we go.
No, that was Sid.
But yes, leading this like strange young blind woman.
Ven, I believe it was.
Yes, Cherish. And Ven is dressed like, has kind of a traveling like leather coat on and like some work boots and like a little flat cap, and backpack at their back, and is leading Maha by the, like, allowing her to wrap her arm like around theirs.
And she has like, she bundled up that blanket she had with her like reading disc on it, and all of her worldly possessions are now in this bindle over her shoulder.
I believe that fate, if you might call it that, has led this one here.
Hello,
This is Maha.
I'm Maha.
Hello, Maha. This is highly unusual. I apologize, but this is not exactly a pleasure cruise.
Oh, I derived no
much.
pleasure from this.
Good to know.
I also have to apologize to you, Cherish. I had said that I would get you and your friends in contact with each other, but it's been a bit for me, and my method of contacting you has left.
I see. No apologies necessary. To be quite frank, I didn't think you were real, so... Captain Jones, are we full up?
Hardly, mistress. We barely be at half a crew complement.
Well, then I suppose we could have some use of you. This is extremely interesting as well, so... this is Captain Jones, Maha, Ven. We're about to depart, actually, so... If you have all you need, please make your way onto the craft.
Ben kind of shrugs and leads Maha on, but would pause for a second and reach out and extend a hand to you, Cherish, to shake your hand.
BMC pilled Cherish doing the calculus. After like a pause that is like just too long, she will extend her hand to shake.
And Ven is wearing these these relatively thin leather gloves. But as our hands contact each other, a feeling washes over you, and you gain immunity to fire damage.
Ooh.
And once per short rest, as an action, you can cast a fireball centered on yourself at 5th level without expending a spell slot.
Okay.
Until the next long rest.
Until the next long rest.
Hot dog.
Well,
Doesn't say anything about being immune to that fireball cast centered on yourself.
You are
Except
immune to
for
fire.
Yeah, but the others around you.
No.
yes.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, no.
I can
Why
take
would
a
you
fireball. Once.
consider the others around you when doing elemental damage? I don't
That doesn't
understand.
track.
And then Ven will nod and give you a small smile and lead Maha up the gangplank.
Cherish, you feel this strange sense of connection with Ven as you shake hands, and you feel this surety about you, this sense that fire can't touch you, which is such an unusual thought to have when exposed to so much hell as you have over the last 5 years, where fire is the primary threat of torture for all the damned souls.
Yep.
To feel safety from that for the first time in a long time is weirdly reassuring.
Day just keeps getting stranger and stranger. Well, Captain, let's...
A moment, if you please, mistress. I must be telling you, the crew that's been assembled here is... Well, I bain't served with any of them before, let me say. Though that ain't exactly strange. I've been dragged from a deep and briny suffering to walk upon the planks yet again. But I have an eye, as it were, for those who have their sea legs about them, whether or not that sea be made of fire, earth, wind, or water.
Right.
And this bunch, seem a bit shaky to me is all, says the rattling bone man.
I understand your concerns, Captain. However, I have experience with at least a few of them, and they can surprise you under pressure.
By your leave, mistress. But let me also simply say, and he'll look around and it's just the two of you. Well, this may be the BMC footing the bill for this here voyage. I'll be making sure that they don't be keeping any untoward eyes aboard any vessel that I be the captain of.
Much appreciated, Captain. I assure you.
The sooner we get this done, the sooner it will be done, he says as a matter of course.
Agreed.
And he shambles with a clunk, clunk, clunk up the gangplank. You climb onto the ship?
Cherish takes a deep breath and heads up.
This craft that you're boarding is a Roil craft. Like I said, it looks weirdly new, but to describe the Roil craft in brief, it appears like the long deck of a traditional seagoing vessel. This one is sized roughly about like a galley would be. The big difference here is that there is no traditional mainmast or sail. Everything here is powered by this large core of limestone that rests near the back and base of the ship. It is that which is attached to the mithril plating of the hull, which generates lift and propulsion. The forecastle, the high part, the deck, where the steering wheel is, the helm of the ship, is higher up than everything else. You have the large poop deck up front, and then, or in the center, and you have a forecastle which has several large embankments there that look like they probably are spaces for some kind of weapon system that just doesn't exist right now. There are two large grates on the central deck where appear to be cargo doors. These can be opened up so cargo can be lowered down via cranes or whatnot into the belly of the ship. You can see that it's at least 3 decks with probably a bilge somewhere at the bottom as well. Though what a ship like this across the Roil would have to bilge, you're not 100% sure. I don't know as if Cherish has spent much time aboard Roil craft before.
I don't believe so. Unless, excluding, like, possible, company,
Corporate outings.
corporate cruise night.
Corporate cruises would tend to happen aboard airships. Airships are a little bit more rare than Royal craft, and they rise above everything else.
Yeah.
And so, like, BMC blimps are not out of the question in the city of Brass and surrounding environments.
It was like a casino night thing.
Mhm.
It was just, Cherish got really drunk.
Yeah, you come aboard the ship. The ship with... You did not see any name on the side of it.
I'll have to chat with Captain about that later.
You see that Judah is strolling about the deck, moving back and forth with B and E, and they are securing lines that are like winding themselves up and off of the wharf. You see that the lines of this ship kind of like snake out like grappling hooks to attach themselves, and you can see now that they weren't knotted to the wharf. They had like the ends of the cord had frayed to form these like hands that had grabbed onto knobbly bits of the wharf, and now those hands are retracting and slithering back up onto the ship, and the deckhands and Judah are securing those lines. And there are a couple of times where you see like the lines don't want to be secured. Maybe that's what the deckhands are for.
I see. So I know that there were some job titles thrown around for various folks, but Roil, Sid, and Tirza do not have official job titles on this.
I'll take
Apparently not yet.
Admiral, maybe?
Okay.
Captain?
No, won't be it. There's already a captain.
That's got to change. General, maybe?
No, you're getting farther away.
Farther away.
Okay, what's higher up?
Grand Admiral.
Grand Admiral?
Super War Daddy.
Yeah.
I won't be calling him
That'll
that.
go over well.
Some of the crew are beginning to move below decks. You see Anaxatia and the horrible blink dog Winky moving below decks. Paylor is apparently moving down into the cargo hold. Maha asks to, like, she would like to find a, like, dark corner of the ship where she can set herself up. What is everyone else doing once they're on board?
So actually, Cherish would like kind of make an sort of announcement, like once we are underway and these folks have gotten themselves set up and have a moment, would like to see Tirza, Sid, Grawl, then Judah in some sort of meeting room.
There is a bridge, basically. So
okay, at the bridge,
There's the forecastle at the rear of the ship that has like the tall platform, and you've got the helm up there. But beneath that is like a large kind of stateroom with a big table with navigation charts and like navigational equipment, none of which any of you really know how to use. You presume that this is stuff that will be useful for the captain, but he is currently at the helm. And from in here, you see that there are speaking tubes that can move to the different points of the ship. So from this bridge, you can like talk to people throughout the ship. There is also a small corridor from here that leads to some of the larger crew quarters, including the captain's quarters, the first mate's quarters, and the quartermaster's quarters. So Paylor would presumably be quartered up here. So yeah, from the bridge, you have this like meeting table that has like a big map of the Roil rolled out on it. And you can see that it is laced with magic of some kind, so that like the swirl of the Roil is like slightly simulated. And if you like really look at it, you can tell that it's not that there's any kind of like inherent spell cast in this. It is woven with like rhinestone thread across the map so that it is like crackling with a certain amount of magic.
Cool.
There's a distinction
Cherish will
between
go-
like magic items that have spells casted on them and magic items that are like made and artificed into existence.
Mm-hmm.
Underway is all well and good. I'd like to know what the fuck's going on before we are underway. So if Cherish makes that announcement, I'll be like, how about we do that right now?
I'll be in the bridge.
So who all did you invite there?
Apparently.
Cherish, Grawl, Sid. Did I say Ven?
Yes.
Yeah. And
Okay.
Judah.
And Judah.
Okay. Yeah, they would all assemble pretty quickly. But you would also get a call through one of the speaking tubes being like, "What's our heading, mistress?"
That is such a good question.
Do you know where we're going?
I cannot tell you how much I want to just dogpile on this. Like, yeah, mistress, what's our heading?
Yeah.
Where are we going?
You're going to be heading right into the ocean if you don't
I'm
shut
not-
your mouth.
I'm not saying
me.
it, but I'm implying it with my eyebrows.
Everyone's eyebrows are raised, just like,
As you're all coming onto the bridge as well, once Ven is there, y'all would have a very similar reaction to Cherish of like, "Oh, this dude is real?"
Oh, I'm immediately like, I think before Cherish got on board, I was like introducing myself to everyone, and as soon as Ven and Maha get on board, I'm like, yo, this guy.
Here's good to see you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Sidian Em.
Sid. I'm like,
filth rogue.
Nope.
he's not. No.
No.
Not
Good to see you.
I'm not a scoundrel. I'm a hero.
It's been a while.
Set our course for Monster Fight Island, baby. No,
I was just there. Beautiful.
We're dropping
Beautiful,
Sid
right?
off.
I will say, Cherish, in your hands, as you came upon the situation, you have one last manila envelope from Asmodeus himself that is what leads he has gathered to your current, like, the mission he has set before you.
Mm-hmm.
You have not looked at this packet yet.
Yeah, I think she's like opening it as she is going down to the bridge.
What's in the box?
Are you assessing it before you confront your friends?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I'm right
Hey,
on your heels. So
we're
fully
doing a
have to
walk and
ignore me.
talk.
Yeah.
Asmodeus has found leads on 3 other cards from the deck of many things. The first is there are rumors of some kind of card with incredible power or some object of incredible power, and it's been described as like a card or a tablet or a tome at the center of something called the Great Hedge, which is basically on the other side of the Roil.
Mm.
It is a large construct of shrubbery that most assume is controlled by the Fae, but none of the major Fae powers have claimed dominance over it. But it's a big hedge maze full of nasty shit.
Full of nasty shit.
The
Captain.
The second lead.
No.
There are 3.
Sorry, I forgot there was more.
Mm-hmm. The second lead is that something matching the description of one of the cards from the deck of many things is for sale to the highest bidder at an auction being held in a place called Pharaoh Import and Export out in the Worm Wastes.
No TM?
Wait.
We don't know that
TM.
place.
It's a
Whoa.
copyright.
What branding?
Oh, shit.
C
Oh.
with a circle around
This
it.
place is hell.
Worm wastes.
That's closer.
That
That
is.
The last one is that if there is any location in the Royal that might have other pieces of the cards of the deck of many things, it will be in the Weaver's Tower, which is a place down in Wide Breath, which is the southeast octant of air in the Roil. The Weaver's Tower is this kind of like arcane school and laboratory, all conducted under the watchful gaze of this entity called the Weaver that is shrouded in mystery, but is a great trader in magic items and ancient lore. But beyond that, your directive is simply to reassemble the deck of many things.
Right.
These are just the leads that Asmodeus had.
Let's Captain, set our course for the wastes.
Aye, aye, mistress.
So these speaking tubes, can they be like muffled or dampened or
there's like a little
closed?
There's a little cork.
Yeah,
there.
okay, yeah. Okay. Is everybody here?
I think Ven is off to the side, kind of with a journal out, kind of writing in their journal.
Judah is trying desperately to catch up with people. He has so many questions to ask, but like he's trying to ask them all at once to everybody.
Oh yeah, Tears is kind of had been kind of doing the same thing, and is now is locked on Cherish now, but will still for sure answer.
Yeah.
But when
the
Cherish
door is
enters, the
closed-
first thing Judah will say is like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Cherish, are you okay?"
Yeah, when are we breaking out of this place? Like, when are
As
we
soon as
gonna
everybody is in and the doors are closed, and Cherish has made at least sure that the speaking tubes are muffled.
Give me a perception
We'll
check.
turn. Okay. Yep. That makes
Good
sense.
call.
That makes sense. Just doing what she can to kind of mitigate.
Or if you're trying to
Prying
mitigate
eyes.
and give me an investigation check.
Okay.
No one sees Asmodeus like Spider-Man on the ceiling.
The camera pans up.
That is a dirty 20. Yummy.
Okay. You don't know much about this ship yet, but as far as you can tell, this place is about as secure as it gets. There's no bugs that you can sense either magically or artificially. You've blocked all obvious means, unless there's somebody invisible in here that you can't see.
Well, what's crazy about that, though, is I cast See Invisibility on myself.
Only the paranoid take that spell.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes
That's me.
it pays off.
Oh.
Corporate espionage.
Second level spell.
Probably a regular part of Cherish's daily life.
There is nothing invisible in this room.
Okay.
Oh.
And, Cherish is kind of at the, she's made as much sure as she can, and knows she is kind of losing time very quickly for patience on everyone's part, especially Tears's.
Oh, by all means, no bugs. That's
Okay. Hello, everyone. I am so happy that you're here. You have no fucking idea. Okay, really quick. She will undo a couple buttons on her shirt and kind of pull it aside to show that there is no branded number for those who know about that. On her collarbone. Okay.
Judah's
all of us go, oh, thank God, as if we remember.
Okay, it's really me. I'm so happy to see all of you. Okay.
You need a minute? Do you want to sit
No.
for a second? You sure?
I'm fine.
Judah is like genuinely concerned and is like, what did they do to you?
Well, she was in hell. Well, I mean,
Well,
a corporate holding of hell.
and I do spend a lot of my weekends in Bator. We'll get to it. So, Cherish will bring out her card and set it on the table.
Which one?
The one card.
Comet.
The comet.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
Cherish pulls out from the deck of many things a card that is the Comet, which you would all recognize as having belonged to the deck of many things that oh so many years ago you adventured to find and held with you through thick and thin, using it to dismantle chunks of wayward reality buffering entities that were trying to erase you.
The deck I have from the valley is not the same anymore. There are more cards now, another deck, and there's also something happening to the Roil. Beyond its overall existence and how fucked up it all is.
Yeah.
And Cherish will kind of, just go over what she knows. Like, basically her dossier on what Asmodeus information had given her.
Does that include everything about the Blood War?
Not yet.
Okay. So, as Cherish begins spinning this yarn, the lot of you can't help but, pat towards pockets where, at differing times over the last 5 years, you have been confronted with cards. And you've kept them with you this whole time. The only one that doesn't quite fit the same pattern is Graal's. Tirza, you pull out a card given to you by a reclaimed friend who, as far as you know, is still in the faded mug. That card is the priest. And even as you do, Cherish, you feel at your hip the thrum of the deck of many things. Sid, you pull out a card that is the expert that you found in a chest being held next to your kidnapped uncle. And Graal, you were given the card the warrior. Incomplete though it may be, you have the frame of it, the vast majority of it, its pieces filled in now after so long and so many Graals collected. There's still pieces missing. But you have this card, the warrior, that you place down, and the deck at your hip, Cherish, is positively vibrating.
Do the cards that are being set down look like the cards that Maha was just using? Okay.
Hers was like an old broken in deck of tarot cards, it looked like. Though they weren't ones you were familiar with.
When we pulled our cards out, there's no magnetism to it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there is. So it's
there's
actually
you pulled your card out, and there's a
pull.
slight pull towards. I mean, once you notice it, it's obvious that Cherish is still wearing the deck of many things in a pouch at her hip, and there's a slight pull on your card towards that spot. like quicksilver pulling into and pooling into like a larger ball when you have separate little beads of mercury that kind of like funnel together, like an attraction to them. The deck wants to be whole.
I can't say I was expecting that, but it means I made the right choice, at least.
Judah.
Asmodeus
Looks like a man who's been told, like, oh yeah, and by the way, here's a nuclear bomb that I've been having in my pocket for years.
Yeah.
Judah doesn't have one?
No.
Okay.
Aw, buddy.
Asmodeus put me in charge of this special projects unit to investigate and find the rest of these and see if there's a way to put a stop to the Roil eating itself. The reason I contacted all of you is because I can't do this by myself, and there's no one I would rather have in this journey with me. I missed all of you terribly.
And Judah, like, now that you're all, like, in close proximity with him, he clearly looks like he's lost weight. He's got some, like, deep pits under his eyes. Those chains are wrapped around both of his arms where his prayer beads used to be, over only on one. But he still, like, puts a hand on your shoulder, Cherish, and is just like, why did you stay with... Why now?
Well, I was in such a state. Sorry. Back up.
Cherish, you're probably wondering how I got here.
You're probably wondering. we could...
No, that was in Graal's thing. Okay.
After the valley broke, I woke up in Asmodeus's office. I thought I was there to fulfill the bargain I made. And I was in such a state that I couldn't think about that may not be the case. And he certainly wasn't going to dissuade me. So, I really only recently found out that I've spent 5 years in the City of Brass, the Bator Mechanis Concordant, of my own free will.
So what does your bargain entail? Is it to gather the cards?
It seems that way.
So if we are to gather them, then your debt to Asmodeus is done?
That is my assumption. Or, well, I guess, so, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
That's not 100% clear.
Why would it be clear?
Why would it be clear? Yeah.
No fun being clear.
The implication is certainly that.
I think that's exactly what Cherish says. I think she's, like, got both hands on the table, like, yeah. That is certainly the implication.
Okay. Yeah, let's get these cards then.
And it will stop the Roil from collapsing into itself or whatever he's predicted is going to happen.
How exactly is it going to do that? See, that's what I was wondering, because we don't even know if that's true.
Yeah, Asmodeus is strangely pretty vague on like exactly what kind of impending disaster awaits the Roil.
Shocker.
But
There
it
is
is common knowledge that like it is slowly kind of whirlpooling into a single point. Okay.
Yeah. There's a bit at the center of the Roil called the Great Chaos.
Yeah.
that all things kind of like are like there is a continental drift to the Roil. So when Promethean Jack is referring to Spinward or Windershins, he's referring to like the drift of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's no, Sid, you're right. There is something else though, and it's one of the reasons. Obviously, we're not all here. I did put out feelers for Talila. All I got back was a fully black sheet of paper, so I'm not actually sure what that means. I hesitated reaching out to Camion because I wasn't sure if it was a good idea for Asmodeus to have feelers on Camion. I have no idea what's possibly been going on with them. There just seems to be a real crisis of self going on.
Judah's not sure how to feel after hearing that.
I contacted the rest of you because I felt very sure that you were either protected enough or strong enough or assured enough that you would be all right.
I mean, I killed the imp that brought the message, so I think that's
Yeah,
that's
no, I
probably
know. That
accurate
was-
on the.
Well, did it do the dance? Did it do the dance for you and everything?
It did a dance. Oh no, I missed it.
Yes, there was a little
that-
dance. Did it do the song for you, Grohl?
It did the song. It was quite nice. I asked it to do it twice.
I was too hasty. Darn.
Oh,
Too
it did
quick
the
to
song.
murder.
Wait, Grawl, it did the song twice
It did the song twice, yes.
and the dance twice.
Dance once, song twice.
Dance one song twice. Okay, I have to put in paperwork for that later.
Was it
I
on the
added a-
budget?
It should
I
have
added
been.
a
It
verse.
should be It should be compensated extra for doing the song twice.
Oh,
I added a verse to the song. Do you guys want to hear it?
No,
I can't
Yes.
put that on my way over here. Yeah.
Please, right now.
mhm.
Yeah, do the song, Sid. Sing
I'm
the
more.
song, right?
I'd actually like to see the dance first. There was
The
a lot
dance?
in the rear section.
The dance
happening.
or the dance or the song. You can do one or the other.
While all that's going on, I think Ven would like quietly move up towards Cherish and be like, "Do you have the communication from Talila? Was it?"
it's in my quarters. I can get it for you later.
I might be able to decipher it. No guarantee.
And thank you. Just ignore. No. And I tried to see if I could get Valor on this project, but
Judah
That brings
like
me
perks up
to-
at that.
the other thing. Oh man, Cherish almost says we. Yeah. Yeah. Bator is winning the blood war. Which is bad.
Bad.
Oh, all right.
That's bad. That's bad.
Mhm.
It's
So we
sort of
want
it's
the
sort of something
demons
that
to win?
no, it's sort of something that has to be a kind of eternal stalemate.
Mike, with a 21 in either religion or arcana, would Ven know anything?
Religion. I mean, pick one because it'll give you different information.
I'll go with arcana.
Okay. Arcana, yeah. The Blood War is an ancient, eternal thing. There are times in history in which, like, the war has been hot and the war has been cold, and, like, but it's always kind of been a stalemate. There have been times when the devils have pushed into the abyss. There are times, most of the time, when the demons are pushing into regions of the hells. The Blood War is also spilled out onto other lower planes, like Gehenna and Hades and whatnot. But for the most part, yeah, eternal struggle, constantly back and forth. The few times where the war has, like, dramatically turned one way or the other, it's because a demon prince or an archdevil has fallen, or multiples of them have fallen all at once. Over the long curve of history, those eventually balance out, but in those moments, there will be times in which, like, people are like, oh shit, the Blood War's going one way, because, like, 3 demon lords all died at once.
So how do we know this isn't that?
Yeah, and I guess Ven would bring that up. Would be, have demon lords recently perished?
Tirza.
I was just about to say, when was the last time I was in Bator?
No, you witnessed a demon lord die. You saw
I
Lolth
straight up did.
get got by the Lady of Pain.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
Do that.
That was years ago at this point, but you were there firsthand.
Yeah, in a millennia long struggle, that might be that was a second ago.
Mm-hmm.
When we were
Saving, oh gosh, the mines and whatnot, and then wasn't there a giant Demogorgon or something like that?
Oh,
It did not die, though. It was just banished.
It just
back
got
to
okay.
the,
It just got banished. Okay,
It just
didn't know
got
if that was
booped
just like
back to the abyss.
yeah,
because then
he
it
went home.
spilled out. Because all of the stuff that happened in the valley that had spilled out onto the material plane, that's like not permadeath for anybody. I don't.
Also,
yeah.
wasn't the material plane.
Well, but we don't.
I know that now.
Who the fuck knows what the valley could be classified in terms of that? Not
Fair enough.
me.
Not Tirza. This we know.
Yeah.
I have some theories.
Yeah,
So,
Judah would, like,
unfortunately-
when Ven says that, Judah would turn and go, okay, hold on, time out. Who's this?
Yeah. This was not expected.
No. So weird. I don't know
We
where this
totally
person
forgot that
came
you weren't there. we always assume that when Threadless stuff happens, it's all of us.
So it's just the 3 of you then who was there?
No,
When
Sid,
they
you were
met.
also there.
That doesn't sound right.
It's literally the only time we've all seen each other in the last 5
Yeah,
years.
I remember all of you being there. I just don't remember Ren.
Ven, do you remember when we were facing the large goat-headed shadow demon creature from beyond this realm and all others?
Yeah, I remember it twice. It was the second
And
time.
then I banished it?
Oh,
Just
is that
before you
what
could attack
happened?
it?
That's what happened. Oh.
That's why he doesn't remember it, because he didn't get to stab it.
Yeah, that tracks. Huh.
Anyway,
No,
that's
no,
why.
I vaguely, I've learned some about all of you over the years.
Oh God, tell me you haven't seen the play.
Everyone's seen them.
Okay,
Everyone's seen the
I know
play.
you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course of course they've seen the play.
I won't tell you that.
Oh God, because, like, in the play, Judah is, like, basically big dumb comic relief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I did assume that most of it was based on inaccurate information from an unreliable source, though.
No, that's true.
Some things that were...
Nope, I
Yeah.
believed it was a complete fabrication based on my meeting with all of you.
No.
Sounds
I
like
think
right,
there's
unless I
definitely
did
some
something really
truth
cool.
there.
Mhm.
It's like some kernels of truth within, the,
Life
Anyways, sorry.
imitates art.
Yeah. Life.
But I'm Ven. I briefly met these four. About how long ago was that, Mike? For
Who
them.
can say?
For them, different for each one.
We all answer it simultaneously, and every single person's answer
Is
is
different,
completely
yeah.
different. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Tuesday.
yesterday.
Oh,
And I guess Ven would chime up and say 25 years ago.
Well, hold
Time's
on.
weird,
How
Roil,
how
I'm
does
not
that
going-
work? Because we all got spat out here 5 years ago.
I missed the end of the valley.
Oh, so you were in the valley.
A
Oh,
few
you're
times.
insulted.
A
Wait,
few
hold on.
times.
No, I've run into this a couple of times. There are some, I don't know if any of you have run into this. There are some people out there who are from like different versions of
Yes.
the valley.
Oh, okay.
Insulted,
Mm.
or what? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
So you're from one of the earlier ones then?
I was in the fourth valley. So the fifth valley.
I'm pretty sure the 5th one was our one.
Is
Was that our one?
5.
Yeah.
Are we 5?
Yeah.
Are we 5?
Yeah, you were the fifth.
Like, where specifically were you?
Were you?
You said.
important?
You said.
Important question. Were you a large gauntlet at all?
Ooh.
No.
This is
No.
important
Mm.
to me
I was not
specifically.
a large gauntlet.
Oh, thank God.
What about a set of prayer beads?
No.
Oh.
No.
Hmm.
I was, and Ven would kind of like hold up the journal that they've been writing. I was this. This is me.
Does it
Then
look
holds up
familiar?
Jeremiah Payne's journal.
Oh.
Bit of a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh.
Didn't even
Mhm.
think to add. Yeah, I guess it makes sense that he had an item.
Oh, he died at like on a cliffhanger, so I'm hopefully you know some more information.
Tears of His like,
Yeah, it's really important that we hear the
We
rest
need
of
to
that
know it.
story now.
We
I-
need it.
Tirza goes
I
like
don't
gray.
I don't know. Rashad and I were separated at the time of our death.
Because once upon a time, there was a man named Rashad, belonged to the religion known as the Jarashir. He took upon himself heretical practices of consorting with outsiders, seeing beyond the planes we know, and he brought others along with his mad search for knowledge. And for his crimes, he was cast out of the valley. Unbeknownst to the Jarashir, he returned, a changed man, and took on the mantle of Jeremiah Payne. He was then twisted by the machinations of Atticus Carter and helped to found the cult of Dahaka, which you all endlessly combated over your time within the valley.
I believe disarmed.
Several times.
Yeah,
I was
my favorite activity.
I was separated from Rashad when we were thrown from the store wall.
Got it.
And did you return with? No, that doesn't make sense. What happened to you after that?
I fell. I walked through the streets of Sigil, and I met you. 4.
A temporal convergence.
yes, while Jeremiah Payne may have had the journal on him, whether or not it possessed a soul anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what you've come to discover is that all of the items, the forge-bound items that existed within the Tempest Rest Valley were mortal souls being recycled over and over and over again by the old mage.
In some cases, at least.
In some cases.
Yeah.
most of you, your forge-bound
Some type
items
of soul.
were
Some
something
type of
else.
soul.
Perhaps what helped make you threadless was the fact that each of you was touched by some extraplanar entity.
But before that, I did walk the valley in a form. My name was Kamala, and I was at the founding.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, no, got nothing.
Founding
I
of the
definitely
valley.
do, but I don't want to share it.
Oh, please.
The founding of
go
the
ahead.
valley. Wait,
It
hold
sounds
on.
like
So,
it's the
first-
founding of the valley.
The first
Time?
The fifth
Wait,
time.
wait, so you were alive and then you were a book?
Yes.
Yeah, great quote.
Yes.
Okay.
A few times.
Did you get to pick the book? Or were you just like, hey, I'm a person and then jammed
Bro,
into
what
a
are we
book?
focusing on this for? You said died multiple times?
Well, in each of the valleys.
Hold on.
Is that
Yeah,
wait,
wait.
is that common? Are I've met Judah, you've met people who were from the valley. I've never met someone who was multiple people from the valley.
No.
Usually,
I
if you have any
haven't either.
memories of the valley, it's just the one.
And it's usually kind of strange. Yeah.
I'm unsure what to tell you.
So we just
How?
bookmark that for now.
How? The first life I remember was not at a founding, but was at an end. And perhaps those events changed me in some way.
What do you remember? The end, right?
Well,
Do you remember the details of that?
Yeah, I mean,
There was a battle. A god died.
Which
Do you
one?
know which one?
Then opens their notebook and kind of shuffles through. I believe they called them Antaka Vakta. They were a deceiver.
I don't know.
No
well,
idea.
actually,
And maybe that
I guess
writing
I
out
could
all
make
the
up
letters.
fucking.
Maybe that Palor guy knows them. Do all gods know each other?
Oh my god, you can't just ask if all gods know each other.
They do, but you can't ask that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was a strange time. We can discuss it all later, but yes, I am aware that my experience is a unique one.
well,
Okay.
yeah, I guess in that you're sort of in good company. We all sort of have had some weirdness
you're-
about us as
Yeah,
well.
you're in great company. You're within my company.
Oh
Or-
my God, Sid.
We're very,
So humble.
very lucky.
It's a hand. It's just a hand over Sid's mouth.
You're going to need two hands.
I have a big mouth.
He got bigger.
Judah will turn to you, Cherish, and say, so we're going to collect all of these cards. And he looks down at the cards on the table.
Yes.
And once we have them, does he want them for something?
Asmodeus did not seem to
Unclear.
imply that he wanted them.
Maybe they just all need to be in the same place at the same time.
But to what end? You have to understand, Cherish, the reluctance to... Of course we want to help you, but...
But we're working for the devil?
Yeah, yes, that one.
If it helps, you're working for me and
It
I'm
doesn't.
working. Okay,
It doesn't. It
I
doesn't.
wasn't.
No.
I wasn't expecting it to. Really, I thought I'd try it out.
Judah speaks up and says, that actually does help me, personally. I
Oh,
can't speak
okay.
for Tirza, but that makes a difference.
Okay.
All I know is that if we are to do this thing, that could help Cherish be free of his will.
It's true. And have we considered that this is the devil, which means that the price for freedom is probably not one that
One that
you'll want to pay? Since that's always how these deals work out?
Well, then we'll figure something else out. We'll go along with this. We'll Cherish, and we'll do a little digging ourselves and find a loophole. There's got to be a loophole. There's always a loophole.
I would rather try something than nothing, Tirza.
Judah will say, if it makes a difference to all of you, I think it is clear, based on my interactions with some of the other members of this crew, that not everyone here is a fiend from the hells. I was talking to the deckhands they had hired, and they seem to be just wharf rat kids hired by whoever put this crew together. And I don't know why there is a god of the sun on this ship, but if he is here, he might not be working directly for the devil.
He sort of owes
That
me a
would be-
favor, but I
Excuse
also,
me.
yes, Cherish, I don't want to be nagging you or something. You have to understand that that's a concern. And I trust, and that's, if you think that this is something that we can work around, then I'm all in. Be
I do.
sure, please. Okay. There we go.
And I meant it when I said it that I need help.
I know.
And if, while we're at it, we can... And Judah kind of gets a distant look. Find or help some of our friends, Valor, Delilah. We've been given means here to accomplish not only whatever is happening with these cards, but... Well, I wasn't exactly able to travel much up until now. where I wanted to go anyway.
Are you... I've sort of been monopolizing this because...
No, you're sort of putting all of this together. It's important.
But you do look a little rough.
I mean, he kind of like takes a step back, looks over to Tirza, like looks at you, looks at Sid, and kind of like, Grawl looks okay.
Sid actually looks great.
I look resplendent. I look angelic. I look. I'm not even exaggerating.
Right.
I'm not exaggerating. He's so attractive. It's kind of hard to look at him. You know what I mean?
And Judah,
talking right now,
who knew you back when, knows you're covering for something.
Knows that's bad.
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah. Listen, all of us fucking know your ass.
Do you not remember how high his insight is?
Yeah.
Captain Insight, right there.
And Judah will say, "It's been a rough few years. I'm just very glad that," and he'll look at you seriously, Cherish, "that you have found a way to bring us all back together."
I am too.
I know you described the BMC as hell, but it has given you the means to bring us here when otherwise we might not have.
And I am fully taking this opportunity to try and find some of our loved ones as well.
As you say that, Cherish, you have a new origin feat. You all do. Mm-hmm. A feat that sort of describes your place in the Roil now, that has changed you and changes you on a semi-daily basis. You had to roll a d6 at the start of your day. What was the number that you rolled?
I rolled a 5.
Rolled a 5.
Yeah.
There is a piece of you that leaves you every day, and it's been happening for a while now. You don't have a good explanation for it. But some of your magic, it's not gone, but it changes in some fundamental way that you're still struggling to understand. You have less, mechanically speaking, spell slots, but mechanically speaking, you have more hit dice. Something vital replenishes inside of you even as your magic diminishes. And you can fuel your magic with that vital power. So you're not like a daily spell slot counting basis, like you're not losing anything necessarily, but there is this
things are
balance.
Being allocated differently.
Exactly. And that is true to a certain extent for all of you. It's not the same, but there is some piece of you that is changing, that is sculpted by those around you, that is molding to changing circumstances. Some days it's more dramatic than others. But just as the Roil is a chaotic swirl, a patchwork of things, you yourselves have had to adapt to this place, and it shows in the powers as they emerge from you. You talk about finding your loved ones, and you see how, like, kind of rough Judah is around the edges, and you're forced to wonder what a place like the Roil has done to those people who you love, who you haven't seen in so long. Because there are familiar faces here in the bridge of this Roil craft without a name. But by no means are they the totality of those you lost when the valley broke. There is the Lyodon family, there is Netta, there is Kalkan, there are so many names and faces that were just flung into you don't know where. And maybe they're out there in the Roil. Maybe now you have a means of looking for them a little bit better. Somewhere there are a pair of hands clasped in prayer. Somewhere there is a tiny voice at the center of a chapel made of bones. Somewhere there is a shifting form unmoored by mortality. Somewhere there is a hammer striking an anvil. There are people out there in the Roil waiting to be found. There are cards from the deck of many things waiting to be reclaimed. There is adventure. And there is the reforging of friendships that have grown frayed in the time you have spent apart. As you move along with this roilcraft, a heading has been set. You are heading towards the Worm Wastes. Captain Jones, that skeletal pirate at the helm, tells you that it will be a 19-turn journey. Now, what he means by that is a turn is a turn of the hourglass upon the ship's heading. And each of those turns is represented by one of the squares we see on the map. For those of us watching on YouTube, you will see the map of the Roil as presented here. And we have a lovely square grid representing distance and space. There's a little marker with a boat on there. I'm going to wiggle it around so people can see. Hey, there it is.
Good boat wiggle.
How many turns away? 19?
19.
Okay.
Because you are heading towards Pharaoh import and export copyright.
Uh-oh. Ugh. Yikes.
Because there, up for auction, is apparently a card for the deck of many things. But it will take you some time to get there. There are things you can do aboard your roilcraft while you travel, not least of which will be the naming of this craft. For as of right now, it has no name.
I'm leaning chicken wing.
Me too.
There are downtime activities that y'all can participate in. There are familiar faces and new faces that you can come to get to know yet again. As this roilcraft moves across the Roil, you will have an opportunity to stop and explore places you will see. As we go forward in this campaign, old plot hooks and new will present themselves. But you are the masters of your own destiny, you threadless adventurers, untethered by the weave of fate. You are free to do as you wish. The devil, it seems, has given you a long leash, long enough to hang yourself with, if you so choose. But he seems to put no restriction on your course or direction. You are free to do as you choose. So for now, you choose to head towards this nearby destination, at least relatively near.
Yes.
You gather here on the bridge of this unnamed roilcraft, staring at maps and charts, figuring what lies before you. questions remain for your fellows and for your new allies, if allies they be. But near the back of the bridge, an etheroscope begins to crackle to life. A gentle, warm guitar plays over it, and you hear the dulcet voice of an announcer over Radio Free Roil say, "That was another fine stretch of time here on Radio Free Roil. Welcome, new and old, one and all, from my fire to yours. My name is Promethean Jack, here to set the record straight. It's been a long time coming since new blood has found its way out into the Roil. And damned if I'm not going to say it out loud, but I think mortal souls finding their way back into the myriad of worlds is a damn good thing. I know that might be an unpopular opinion among the powers out there, but I think they can go straight to Bator. Now, some of you might be saying, but PJ, isn't this causing undue squabble out there where once upon a time we found ourselves in a relative balance of peace? And to that I say, well, what is peace but the slow stagnation of things, eh? Sure, things were settled, as it were. The Fae ruled from their thrones, the devils and the machines in the heart of their city. But there was no adventure in the world anymore. There was no high heroics, despite what those weirdos at the whatever guild hero agent things want to say. But now we got folks looking to carve out a bit of destiny, a bit of fortune to themselves. Lady Luck's pulling out a new deck of cards, and she's dealing up a storm, if you ask me, and it's going to do this myriad a good to see things shook up a little. So to all you fine freebooters out there, you wondrous, marvelous mercenaries, you jack of all trades, and you delightful mortals, you, I say welcome. Welcome to the Roil. I hope you survive the experience. And keep an ear bent towards Radio Free Roil, here, brought to you by the Weaver's Tower. The Weaver, where you can bring all your mystical means for the right price. Come on down and sell them to the Weaver, because there are worse careers out there. Now, here's 7.5 more hours of some dulcet tunes for you to wind away the time with. Just remember, the world is chaos, so please, be kind to each other. And I think that is where we're going to have to leave it. Until next time. Because as always, you can find more material components and every show on the Punch Up Entertainment Network over on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/@punchupentertainment. While you're there, make sure to check out our exclusive one-shots and mini-campaigns like the fantasy renaissance adventure, The Shadow Kingdom. Give us a like, a comment, or a subscribe. It really helps out. And if you want even more ways of helping us do what we do, please consider going over to our Patreon page. That's patreon.com/punchupent. That's punchupent. Becoming a patron unlocks all sorts of older Punch Up shows and gives you access to our Discord, where the stalwart adventurers and myself hang out online. Thank you all so much for listening. And as always, the world is chaos, so please, be kind to each other.